This is Air Gunner's Edge, and this in front of me here is the amp regulator out of my Dreamline 22. Had a little issue, it wouldn't go above 155. I replaced it with the Huma reg, and wondering why this will not exceed the 155. So I honestly, all I did was break it loose a little bit with this, not much pressure. Not exactly sure how they have this set up, so I'm just going to take it slow, and honestly, I'm going to be learning this with you. Okay. There's all the disc. I'm not going to go into the whole function of how this regulator works. I did a little research on this. I do have an idea what's in here, and I didn't do enough to really go into detail, but I am more than willing to show you. This is kind of just like a, give me 1 second. Where did I put that box? Well, unfortunately, I just had it here 2 minutes ago. Oh, I found it. Okay, this is just a little bottle I have. What happened was this was leaking. I have a little plastic piece, but this is also regulated, and yeah, I don't know if I can show you. 4,500. It's a nice little bottle carry around. I mean, if you're doing any hunting. But you can see on here, it has the same setup. And these are concaved, and they control the regulation of the air. But like I said, I'm not going to get too deep in there. I just want to actually see if I find any debris or anything else like that. And got my trusty jeweler glass here so I can see any smaller debris. I'll try to keep this in focus. Yeah, maybe a little zoom in here. And maybe not. All right, well, there we go. Anyways, now this might not work out too good, because I think I'm really going to have to get up close and take this all apart. But I would like to share this here. Back it off a little. We're just going to see how many are in here. But you have to be careful, because there's different ways the concave can go. They can all go together. They can go opposite, where the concave goes like this, or you can have the concave go like that. So you have to be extremely careful, because I don't know which way these are set up. All right, so I'm going to have them face up so I know to put them back down in there. And yeah, there are more in there. Oh, there we go. Sorry, very hard to do and keep it on camera, because I'm trying so hard not to spill these all over. Okay, so these will go exactly on top of here. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to do that. I just want to take a peek at these. Okay, so you can see how these are concaved. There's a set for everyone, and it is outside to outside hitting. I don't know if you can really see that, but the gap is in the middle. Yeah, very tough to, so it would be spaced apart here. Okay, so long as I know which way they go. I don't know if you can actually see this, but the concave goes like this. All right, so at least I know that. So if I do mix them up now, I know how they go back in there. And I believe that is it. I was hoping maybe to see a little piece of debris or something in here. Not quite positive. All right. Now, here is your adjustment. This one I am not quite sure of yet, but the silver is the adjustment. So I'm just pretty much exploring this, just possibly see what could have caused this issue. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to get lucky tonight. Usually I grab it one first shot. And definitely not. Yep, there we go. That is 3mm. Okay. Just for my personal reference, I also have this one marked too. Makes it easier putting it back later. Less guessing, even though I am recording. And you just have to be careful. Springs, small parts are always in here. Okay. There is a check ball in there, and I do believe I see like a snap ring style. I don't know if you can see that. And very difficult to see in there. Okay, so that is not going to be coming out. There is an O-ring here. Okay, there is an O-ring in here. I'm just trying to see if there's any damage or anything else to it. Sorry, this is actually kind of very boring, but I just have to inspect everything. And I'm even looking at the threads, how they're cut, make sure they're good. I can't quite, I do see a little something on this O-ring in here. Kind of looks like where it was pushed down through. I can see part of the O-ring was pushed down, smashed. Not heavily or a lot, but I'm just checking everything on this thing. And I just want to see something. Okay. Yeah, that ball was able to be pushed down. Alright, I'm pretty much guessing. I just want to check this underneath, because I didn't know if there was a split where this will come apart. Well, I may be wrong about that snap ring, but this holds that check ball in there. So, all right, at least now I know. Oh, that's actually the adjustment. Okay, I see. All right. Sorry. Yeah, that actually just controls how much that ball moves. Yeah. See, there's a point on here, and this ooh, that doesn't look good. Actually, I'm going to look at this under the with the phone. I don't know if you can see the very tip, but yeah, it looks all smashed up. And I never over torqued this or anything with pressure. I mean, I adjusted this, but I've never put pressure on this. This looks like it was just, I don't know, hammered the very tip. Whether that has any effect on the issues I was having, I don't know, but one side is definitely more than the other as far as damage. Kind of wish my phone would focus here. Well, that's one thing to consider. And okay, see. Yeah, that's why I was going slow. Okay. Here's the check ball that was in there. And, well, look at that. All right, let's see if we can move this around. This just came out of the gun, so you can see that little friggin' nub on there. Yep, look at that. I'm going to say some of the issue is crap. Good thing I caught it on the blanket. And that's why I love having a blanket there, because parts don't go flying. All right, let's do this a little more carefully. But well, anyways, I would say that's a little bit of the issue. And you know what? I think that was just a piece of steel on there. But either way, there was a particle in this reg, and I think that was part of the issue. All right, this thing's ready to come flying out of my hand, so I'm going to put it down. Okay, so I am finding debris inside this reg, and pretty damn good indication why it would not function properly. And trying to get this in focus, just to show you all the parts and how they go. But yeah, this is my adjuster here, and it could have been that piece of crap stopping me from adjusting. And this tip, I don't know, you can, I don't know if you could really see it good on the camera, but you can hear it. Sorry, my hands are dirty, but I work for a living. So this does look all mangled up on top. I just found a piece of crap on the bearing, so I'm just going to go through this more thoroughly. Try to check, make sure all the O-rings are good. I'll put it back together. I'll blow it all out very carefully and make sure I don't damage anything. But I'm just going to keep checking for more debris. And I'm pretty much guessing. And it looks like, yep, see that little hole right there too? And I guarantee, which I haven't taken this off yet, so like I said, I just take this stuff off carefully and I'll hold it over the blanket, of course. Okay, actually there's some more in there. So I'm going to take the rest of these apart. I just need a little. I was hoping a little tap would get it out, but see, actually my mother hated buying me presents for Christmas because mostly within 2 weeks I had it apart because I wanted to see how it worked. And I usually got them all back together working. Sometimes not. But I was a kid, and this pick is magnetic, and I was hoping, come on. Okay, there we go. And what do we have here? Oh. Normally I would grab my tweezers, but I know they're not right here. Yeah, that's some pretty greasy in there. And I'm gonna, because I know this is beveled up, so I'll remember that. This one is beveled upward. Okay, I don't know if you can see all the grease and everything in there. One more thing that could have been causing an issue. And you can see it. This O-ring looks excellent. So I'm just going to take a Q-tip, clean this all out. I'll reapply some light silicone. I mean, the grease could have been there because it's a moving part, but I'm not exactly fond of it. It just looks dirty. Doesn't really feel gritty, and that's another thing you should always try to do too is, does it feel gritty? And because that could lead to contaminants or parts from inside. But I'm going to clean this all out. I'm going to clean this air hole. And this is pretty much disassembled. I mean, like I said, there's an O-ring there. I'll still have to figure out what this black one is for. Ooh, I think this one is Loctited in. And it feels a little sloppy. I don't want to start yanking on it and find out I have the wrong wrench. That's always a bad time. Yeah, 50,000. And I keep grabbing the same size. Sorry about that. Like I've said in my other videos, I always try to find the tightest fitting tool. Yeah, that feels better. Oh, there we go. Just firm pressure, a little jerk in action there, and if not, I would warm this up. I would take the O-ring off first and warm it, not heat it. Or if you wanted to, you could run over some hot water, but I'd rather not introduce water into this. Okay, it looks like there's a washer in there. Very hard to see. All right, well, that I'm going to say is pretty much it. I'm going to really get up close and personal with this and check inside, make sure there's no more debris, anything else. It really sucks that I dropped that little check ball here, because there was something on there and it was pretty good size. And I want to know where that came from. Could have came from the adjuster tip. I think I'll have to take a little 2000 or 1500 and just clean this up. So if anybody's wondering how the amp regulator is put together, then hopefully that'll help you out. And didn't give a full function on how it works. I'm still going to do a little more research on that. Instead of guessing and give people wrong information, I'll rather do my homework and see if I can find exactly the correct information to give. Wrong information is just sometimes I have given it and I do apologize, but for the most part, if I don't know, I'm going to find out who does, and then I'll get that information from them. Or I will go through it and figure out myself. Yeah, so, all right, well, I hope that cures a little curiosity, cures the curiosity if anybody was interested in knowing about this amp regulator, how it gets put together or taken apart. So I'm calling it a night. As you can tell, it's late. So I just wanted to do this. I was going to do this for myself and not even post it, but I figured I'd share it because I don't think anyone else has kind of disassembled one yet. So, all right, Air Gunner's Edge out. Guys, if you got good weather, shoot. And I will see you on the next video. Oh, one other thing. I did order some Griffin slugs, 23 grain, dish backside, and I'm going to give those a shot. And hopefully I can get the Dreamline out and see how this new other Huma regulator performs. So I'm not going to touch the hammer right now, and I haven't even grinded it yet, so going to do a little testing off camera, and we'll find out where I'm at, and then I'm just going to make some fine tuning, and then I'll make some videos. All right, you guys have a good night. I'm out of here.